A West Country-based charity is working with hairdressers, barbers and beauty salons to spot the signs of domestic violence so that customers can confide in someone they trust. With 1 in 4 women experiencing domestic abuse and 1 in 6 men, a salon owner in Exeter says this scheme could change people's lives. Marina Jenkins reports.
It's an opportunity to have some time for yourself and unwind. But it could also be an opportunity to share some of life's burdens. I've come to this salon in Exeter, where the staff have been trained by the charity Fear Free to spot signs of domestic violence.
We now know what to say, what not to say, and how to signpost the guests in the right direction to get help. We're not just here to cut hair. I believe we're here as listeners, as confidants. And also we can be lifelines, so I do feel like we have the potential to make a difference.
A difference already has been made after recently signposting 1 person to the charity. It's a busy salon with more than 200 clients coming in every week. Staff here now feel more confident dealing with difficult conversations. What kind of things would you look for if someone perhaps isn't seeming themselves?
When you are seeing a guest that you've seen multiple times, they can become very comfortable with you and you build quite a nice relationship with them. They kind of feel like they can really let go and tell you their worries and their concerns.
And what do you think about this space in particular means that people do feel that they can open up?
I just feel it's a very calming, relaxing kind of atmosphere. You're not really sat really close to people, so there is that bit more like kind of confidentiality about it.
And what can you learn about someone from their hair?
So sometimes we might have a guest that might express to us that maybe they're suffering with a lot of hair loss or like hair breakage. Being under a lot of stress can cause some hair loss sometimes.
So the hair can be quite a gauge really?
Definitely,
for someone's health.
Definitely. But actually if we're not feeling ourselves, our hair is not going to be the best it can be.
As well as spotting the signs, preventing domestic violence is a key part of the charity's work.
So the next one was being told what to wear and how to act isn't abuse.
The team is teaching year 9s at this secondary school about healthy relationships.
Obviously, like, some children aren't aware of like what's going on and like what's happening, but like some are, so like it's really important to get that information out to like other students.
I feel like a lot of students like to stay quiet about it and won't like show people what they're feeling because they don't want to be judged.
The fact that you have the right to say like no and they should leave you alone.
When we're talking about green flags and red flags, they don't actually see it in the people because it's not as clear as green and red in real life. It's usually a bit of mix. They're not quite clear with what they want to do with their partner and the relationship.
It's hoped this training means students will be better equipped to deal with different relationships.
Social media is really, really important for our young people. It's the way they communicate with each other, but there are very little barriers and boundaries within that, so it's quite free rein for them to be really quite abusive and quite hostile to each other. Students like to hear other voices than ours, and I think you can see from their reaction they've really taken on board what was shared with them today.
As Fear Free takes their Healthy Relationships programme into more schools, the Comb Together training is being rolled out to another 20 hair and beauty salons across the southwest.
1 in 4 women experience domestic abuse in their lifetime and 1 in 6 men, which is still a really large number. So we just want to make sure that men have those spaces too. Barbershops are a really common space for men to attend, and quite frequently. So we see the kind of relationship that professionals get with their guests or their clients in these kind of establishments is really built on trust. It's just so professionals feel comfortable in approaching that situation and knowing that they've done the right thing for themselves. Because otherwise, we don't want professionals to go home feeling that that's their burden.
The charity says the key message is making sure people know there's always somewhere to turn. Marina Jenkins, ITV News.